대한민국.
As international broadcasters might say, there's not many people in the stadium. That's because the far side of the stadium is not in the shade. Most of the people are here in the grandstand, the home stand.
We do have some people walking in, actually, though.
From the far side, maybe.
Right, with the sun.
Yeah, Koreans are known for not liking the sun. Not ones to work on their tan, so most of them are in the shade here.
Just to recap really quickly, 1 minute into the game, Hong Kong did get a red card, so that is a little bit of a disadvantage for them, but they are still up 8-0.
I think the difference so far, Tony, is Hong Kong's gone really well to the game plan. They've exited really well with hard carries. They haven't really played much rugby, but playing clinical rugby. Korea may be forcing the issue a little bit too much, and it's kind of bitten them in the behind.
Yeah, definitely. Their plan is just to kick deep and pressure the back three of Korea, and it's worked.
Oh, that is a great take. That is an absolutely great take.
I think someone's in trouble. Might be another card.
You cannot tackle a player in the air. Again, a great box kick, straight to the yellow card. Hong Kong down to 13 men. Chun Yun-shik is taking another blow here. But, you know, he's one of the... I've played with this guy for a number of years, one of the toughest customers out there. He'll be okay. That was a world-class take.
The referee's decision?
Yeah, we're going to the screen here. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there was no way he was going for the ball, and clearly an easy yellow, maybe a red.
Yeah. His eyes were at the ball, but, you know, he did have time to get out of the way. If you're not competing for the ball there, you have to give the attacking player to the ball. You have to get out of that zone. There's a TMO decision pending. If Hong Kong lose both their wingers, there's going to be a lot of tactical reshuffle there, and Korea are going to be looking to attack those wide channels.
It's going to be a very big challenge with both your wingmen out, but
lucky for Chun Yun-shik, it looks like he did come down kind of on his elbow and shoulder and back there, so it doesn't look good, but I think he'll be okay. It's a nice soft ground here in Incheon, but he's going to want a little bit more protection from the referee, I believe. Sorry, was that too soccer-like? Apologies. I think we just heard yellow card, I believe, from the referee's mic. And now that means Hong Kong will be down to 13 men. So far, Hong Kong's been okay with the one man down, but... So confirmation on the yellow card. Yep, there he is. Matthew Worley in the sin bin there.
Yep, so Hong Kong will be without 2 players for 10 more minutes.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back on after 10 minutes.
So if Korea needs to make a move, it has to be now.
You're right.
So they got 2-man advantage for the next 10 minutes
10
here.
minutes.
Both wingers, so you'd like to think that Korea would go wide.
Let's see the boys take it up first, and then...
Originally thought that was great maul defense by Hong Kong, but it was done illegally, so penalty to Korea.
I think maybe here they should go for a scrum, draw in the forwards, and then use the backs. They've got a 2-man advantage, so let's see if they can...
That's a great shout, and looks like Tony is part of the Korean coaching staff there. He just made the prediction there, and that's what the Korean pack has decided. As you said, you know, they're down. What do you do in this situation? Do you take one of your flankers and put them in the black line because you're down to only 5 backs, or...
For Hong Kong?
Yeah, what's the game plan here?
Yeah, they have taken the number 8, and the number 8 is playing, I guess, in the centers.
Yeah, it looks like they've taken one of their forwards, put him in the back line. Also, number 9 is not going to be applying the pressure, so it looks like they're going to have 6 flat in the back line against a full complement of Korean backs. The scrum so far has been okay for both sides. 8 on 7 here for Korea. You'd like to think they would take advantage of the situation. Korean player losing his footing. You can't roll like that. Mistakes really creeping into the Korean game. You just want to see them stick to the play, do the basics, just carry hard. No need for that extra roll there.
You're right. I think he just lost his footing. Unlucky, but then I think he just panicked. He just panicked and tried to gain a few more meters, make it easier for his support, and then now he's penalized. So
Right now, individual errors really not helping the Korean team. They haven't really been able to find their rhythm so far.
Right.
also a few key changes to the team that played against Malaysia makes it quite difficult for the boys to gel. So
Hannah, you saw that you were told that the Korean team had some pretty good prep before this game. I heard they were off in Japan before this game.
Right, they were training in Japan with semi-professionals in Japan for about a week after beating Malaysia 55-10 on June 4th. So they had a good rhythm going. We just wish they would bring that here to this game. Coach Lewis Evans has mentioned that they did monitor that game between Korea and Malaysia, but they're working on a different strategy this time around because their players have been in different places of the world. So they're coming together for the first time in a long time to actually work as a team. We'll have to see. But they're missing their two players already.
I had a good quick chat with the Hong Kong head coach before the match, and he was pretty confident saying that they weren't looking too much at Korea, but mainly focusing on gelling as a Hong Kong team and planning to play fast attacking rugby. So far, it's more clinical, tactical rugby than an open pattern. Korea now with another chance inside the Hong Kong 22.
a big opportunity here.
Here we
number
go.
8.
Okay, we're. Oh, it looks like another mistake here. Referee.
I think they do know that they have an advantage right now, so they're rushing a little bit, you know?
Yeah,
So it's getting a little choppy,
that's true. Very good point.
rushing to make
yeah,
those 10 minutes. Something happened in those 10 minutes.
There's no need for that. If you
Right.
just stick to the game plan, there's plenty of time. You got to start chipping away now. You know, only 15 minutes in the half. Got to chip away, but you got to stick to the process, Tony.
I think this last 15 will be very big for both sides. If Korea can score a try or score any points at all, then that'd be big. But if Hong Kong can pressure Korea and score another try or a penalty, then they'll go into half-time very confident.
Hannah mentioned that because of the COVID policy in Hong Kong, they haven't had much time as a full 29 playing group to train. But it looks like Hong Kong is executing better actually than the Korean team right now.
Their set picks has looked good, and also their kicking options have been perfect. Good line-out take.
Jin Shik with a little kick in behind.
A good option.
A chance to counter here for Korea. Hong Kong knocked that on in the ruck. So advantage. Opportunity attack here. Lee Soo-pyung, the center. He's a bit alone there.
Ref was playing advantage, so back they come.
Yeah, Koreans a little bit slow to support their own player there, but a little bit lucky. They do have the knock-on advantage there from the good counter ruck. Offside. So coming in at the side, from the side from the Hong Kong player. So Korea will have a penalty in a very good position. Time to probably get some points on the board.
This might be Korea's first point.
They might be going for touch and setting up a 5-meter line-out.
Yeah, I think it's time to roll the dice a little bit here. You've got a 5-meter line out. We've also got a Hong Kong player down there and by the goalpost. Hopefully it's nothing too major. Again, still the number 11 still in the sin bin. Little opportunity for everyone to catch their breath, a little water break. One thing I will mention about the Hong Kong team is the last time Korea beat Hong Kong was actually in 2015. Hong Kong are highly favorites, and for a reason. The reason why 2015 is kind of an interesting date is because 2016 was actually when the elite rugby program in Hong Kong was founded, and that's to make the 15s program, like their 7s program, fully professional. That program is actually finished as of June, end of June last year. I think a lot of the financial downfall of COVID might have something to do with that, but with 5 years. Really good success. Line out steal here for Hong Kong. But that program was created for Hong Kong to make the 15s World Cup, so they took their best 34 domestic players and 5 coaching staff and had a full-time program for 5 years. Good results, you know, they beat Korea every year on the bounce, but obviously with the COVID financial difficulties, they've decided to, I guess, cut that program and go back to a more traditional semi-pro model. The Sevens program is still fully professional, but yeah, it definitely shows that, you know, bulk of these players are part of that EPR program, and it looks like they're gelling quite well, even though they didn't have much time together before this match.
Just recapping what happened. So Korea had a line out on the 5 meter line, stolen by number 5 Patrick John Jenkinson, who then knocks the ball back, and then the prop for Hong Kong dives over the line, and now it's a Korean scrum. So big opportunity again. Let's see if the boys can get the ball out to the backs.
A lot of opportunities for Korea to score in the game, but they haven't taken their opportunities yet. Looks like they've got a little set piece here with the centers very flat off the scrum. Let's see what they've got cooking up. It's a decent hit. Advantage Korea. Penalty at the scrum there.
I think there the halfback needed to get out much quicker than that. He took his time, and kind of another missed opportunity.
Egon is traditionally a bit of a sniping scrum half, but sometimes you just gotta let the ball go. He probably should have gone from the base there instead of picking it up. You gotta know the situation that you are in.
I think they are opting for another scrum, so you have time to make up the mistake.
Good friends with Egon. He's been telling me he's been growing that hair out, kind of bringing the flow back into rugby.
Luscious locks.
Yeah, luscious locks. If you see a halfback with that, you might want to put a shoulder into him, would you not? But he's a snipey character, good player, good young player. Been tasked with the number 9 position today.
I think all halfbacks are the same. They're quite cheeky, and you can see why.
Good platform here for Korea. Let's see if they can take their opportunities.
Try attempt.
Went for the kick pass, didn't come off.
Unlucky from the Koreans.
The ball has been a little slippery.
That's got to do with the humid weather. It's like a bar of soap out there. You got to say, Korea knocking on the door, but just shooting themselves in the foot. You know, I think 2-3 lineouts already inside the opposition 22, a couple scrums. You know, you just want to see them get to the basic rugby, create phases, apply pressure to Hong Kong. Went for something outside the back and then a kick pass. Maybe that's because the wingers are in the sin bin, but, you know, not applying any damage or pressure to Hong Kong right now. It's too easy for them.
I think they're just not playing simple enough. They need to go forward first before they can go wide, and at the moment it's just not working out.
And Hong Kong, with their disadvantage, they are holding strong. Yeah. They are holding strong.
Line out here to Korea. Nice and easy to the front. Kind of a looping ball there.
This is better from the Koreans.
This is better. Just keep
nice
it tight.
Direct running.
Move it forward.
Hong Kong very quick at the breakdown. Clearly a tactic to slow the Korean ball down.
They're holding on strong, Hong Kong.
This is space on the outside.
Opportunity here.
There it is.
Here we go. Number 11.
Can he finish?
Number 11, a try attempt.
No. He's held up.
As we know, you got to put the ball down. You can't just enter the zone. You have to put it in the ground. Got over the line, but great defensive set there by Hong Kong. Great scramble defense.
Absolutely.
I mean, look, Korea's first time they string a few phases together in the opposition 22, and with that man advantage, 2-man advantage, they were able to find some space, but here's trouble for Korea. There's a man coming back on for Hong Kong. 10
minutes went by quite quickly. Number 11, that was Kim Hwang-min, captain of Team Korea.
It's a great little, phase play move there. Looks like they were going to go with the forwards. went out the back, but what a great cover
Made
tackle
sure
there.
he didn't hit the ground.
The number 4 there coming in from absolutely
Right.
nowhere. Mark Pryor.
Literally.
Look at that cover. That lock making up ground using his big body. Oh, this is a great defensive play.
Also, shout out to the halfback, Bryn Phillips. Great front-on tackle, and then the ability to hold him up was well needed.
Okay, so in-goal dropout, new rule. Opportunity for Korea to counter.
Awesome space here.
Okay,
Quickly
moving
shut down.
forward.
Oh, nice. You like to see that little play there, a little cute play, but almost too cute. Good tackle, good recovery. Hong Kong now, opportunity to counter themselves. Great step by there by Jack Neville. He is a slippery customer, that fullback. Now, opportunity for Hong Kong to get into a bit of rhythm.
The first time Hong Kong have had a bit of ball, let's see what they do with it.
Some big men running at the line there. Saw a little bit of bodies flying there, a bit of a counter ruck, but Hong Kong able to clean up their own ball. Tempo is slowed a little bit, probably looking to kick and get out of their area.
That's exactly what they do.
Yeah, nice high ball. This is something that we've seen all throughout the first half. Another test. Captain Kim Kwang-min passes that one.
For those of you just joining us, this is the Asia Rugby Championship 2022. We have 33 minutes into the game, about 10 more minutes left of the first half. Right now, Hong Kong is down one player with a red card. Here we go.
There it
Here we
is.
go. Here we go.
That's
Here
the
we go.
star man, the 7 superstar. We need to stop seeing these little handling errors from the Korean team for the sake of the game. Hong Kong with the chance to counter.
Great tackle from number 3.
What is a prop forward doing out there? Wow, what a passage of play. What a passage of play. You would think Korea were on their way to scoring their first try there. Just forcing that offload again, Tony, just not executing that final bit, that final knock of the ball. Hong Kong just clinical in everything they do so far. Picking up, great counter attack. The man who had 10 minutes rest coming on, scoring for the team. You know, that's what you need to do after you've had a bit of time in the sin bin.
He came right back, scored. Hong Kong 13-0 Korea. It almost seemed like Korea was trying to make that try, and then it just turned over right away.
They're just forcing the issue. Like, you can't force things too much in rugby, right? You got to stick to the basics. And Yunshik made a great counter attack there. Great opportunity to recycle the ball and go. You don't have to score on the first phase. What Hong Kong is showing is they're playing clinically. They're taking their chances and just taking care of the ball a bit better than the Korean team, and it shows 13-0 with an this kick we think is probably going to go over straight in front of the post. You can hit that with your eyes closed. Should make it 15-0.
Another kick by number 10.
You know, I'm sure Charlie is radioing down some messages to the on-field staff there. It's just about keeping it simple, is it not, Tony?
Yeah, I think it's about patience. The boys are rushing to try and score some points and get on the board, and I think that's their biggest downfall, is just being too rushed and trying to force things, as you said before.
You know, it's called a test match for a reason. It's testing yourself at the highest level of the game. That's what Charlie Lowe said to me at the beginning of the game. He said this is going to be a big test for the Korean players. The biggest test he wanted to see was, number one, can they do the basic skills under pressure? So far, not doing that in this first half. And number two, are they 100% committed? We can't fault them for their commitment. What we can fault them for is their skill execution so far. But it's good to hear the crowd getting behind them. That's a good sizable crowd.
That's a big crowd. Huge crowd. Sun's going down slowly.
Okay, restarting play. Yep, it's like clockwork. Hong Kong with a great exit. Slight opportunity here. Just just want to see them keep it simple and recycle this ball.
A little less than 3 minutes left in the first half.
That's prop Na Wan-young. We need to see more of him or if Korea are going to be successful.
A lot of mistakes, a lot of little mistakes.
So far, this young halfback pairing from Korea not doing what's expected of them from the coaching staff. And another mistake, Tony. Can you explain that one?
Yeah, so he had to catch the ball inside the 22 for him to kick it out and for the ball to be played on that mark. But unfortunately, he took it back inside and it's going to go all the way back inside the 22.
Coach Charlie does not seem happy right now.
Charlie, I've worked with Charlie for 3 years as a player, and his biggest thing is just are the Korean players able to execute when the pressure is on? This is a high pressure match, great opposition, something that's on the line. Charlie's not going to be happy because he doesn't ask too much from the players. He asks for commitment and skill execution, but so far the players are letting Charlie down and letting themselves down, and they know it more than anyone else. A couple minutes here left in the half. Let's see if Korea can survive and turn things around in the second half. For the sake of the game, Hong Kong cannot score here. That ball was deemed to go backwards.
Oh, great tackle.
We can't fault the commitment and physicality today. That is something that's been on show today.
We're getting close to halftime right now. Korea 0, Hong Kong 15.
Hong Kong just keeping it simple, you know. They've got a man down. They're in good territory, in the lead. There's a turnover. You'd like to see Korea go here.
Maybe an opportunity.
Let's see if the captain can do something. Tony, I have to say, the Koreans are getting these slight opportunities. They're getting some go-forward ball, but quite slow to the breakdown, the Korean players.
It's been a long first half, I think. And if I was a Korean team, I'd be looking just to kick it out and just to go into halftime.
You got to say, it's probably something that the Hong Kong team has focused. They didn't give away too much in terms of tactics, but they're really slowing the Korean ball down. They're having good positive tackles and getting over that ball, and Korea hasn't been able to play at that up-tempo game that they showed against Malaysia.
Yeah, that's very true. I think just the simple mistakes have made it quite difficult for the Korean side to take advantage of, especially a pack that hasn't really trained together. They're really doing a number on the Korean pack.
And that was the halftime whistle. Hong Kong in the lead, 15 to 0 points. It is promising for Hong Kong today, it seems like, even if they are at a disadvantage. But we'll have to see what's going to happen in the second half of the game.
So next time the ball is dead, we will see the halftime. Just decision time here for Korea. You're in your 22. Do you try to nick something, or do you just get into the sheds and talk things over?
I think just get it out. But they're going to run it.
Little set piece here. Little loop in the centers. Get it to the danger man. Korea rolling the dice here. Wants some points before this half is over. Let's see if they can do it.
They still have a chance.
He has to be careful here not to give away a penalty.
Yeah. The ball is slippery, and you don't want to be forcing things on here. Point well made there, Tony. Yep. You had an opportunity there to just kick the ball out, reset. Things haven't gone your way in the first half. You're in your 22. Trying to play out of your own half, not executing to the game plan. You're giving Hong Kong opportunity to go 18-0 into halftime in the lead with 14 men.
We do have a full 40 minutes to go, and that's enough time for 15 points. We'll have to see, though.
Just some Korean players isolated at the breakdown, and Hong Kong been very good at trying to poach that ball.
Look, if you don't win the battle of the gain line and you're not getting over that gain line as an attacking team, you are leaving the door open for the opposition to get over your ball, slow things down, and jackal that ball. And Hong Kong have done a great job of that in the first half to make those first up tackles, stop them at the Koreans at the gain line, and then hunt. And they're not hunting alone; they're hunting as a group. And this is already third or fourth penalty at the breakdown.
Hong Kong vice captain Hughes, number 10, attempting another kick, penalty kick.
He went left, he went right, he went down the middle. You would think at this range, straight down the middle, you would think it's an easy kick for him.
This is missed, right?
He's missed it. Korea can count themselves lucky there. We're going into halftime 15-0. You would think, the score could be bigger. Korea's also had opportunities to score themselves, but hasn't taken advantage. 15-0 at halftime here to Hong Kong.
Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch. We are the bind. We are the set. We are the squeeze. We are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum. Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling, and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping, and painting. We've created strength and beauty time and again. Our machines are made for one thing: the perfect hit. We are the crouch. We are the bind. We are the set. We are the squeeze. We are the hit. We are Rhino, home of the scrum. Since 1979, we've been searching for perfection. We've been thinking, sketching, and designing. We've been building, assembling and strengthening. We've been cutting, shaping and painting.
이것으로 대한협회에 대상 라이프사이즈의 감사 기념 공사를 진행하시겠습니다. 모든 감사 홍콩 6번 선수가 트랙하여 점점을 획득하였습니다. He did a penalty kick and scored 3 points.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw the highlights from the first half of our game here at the Incheon Namdong Asia Rugby Stadium in Korea. 2022 Asia Rugby Championship. I'm your commentator, Hannah. I am here with Andre and Tony. In the first minute of the first half, we did have a red card for Hong Kong, and so they are down one player. They're playing with 14 men on the field. That gives Korea an advantage, but they have been making some mistakes in the first half. We'll have to see if they can pick themselves up in the second half.
It's really simple for me, Tony and Hannah. I think with Korea, skill execution and not sticking to the game plan. So far, their skills have really let them down, and they've had their opportunities inside the Hong Kong 22, but they just haven't been able to execute. On the flip side, Hong Kong, no rocket science, just playing good territory rugby, clean exits from their 22, trying to play rugby in the Korean half and making the most of their opportunities.
We could say this is glass half full, half empty, but it is 15-0 Hong Kong, so there's still a chance in the next 40 minutes. It's only 15 points, but some would say it's 15 points. It's a lot of 15 points, or it's only 15 points. They still have a chance.
I think it's a big opportunity for Korea to come back. The boys will be fizzing and ready to go, ready to make up for all that, I guess, par performance.
Yeah, I mean, you just call it as it is. I've been in those camps with the Korean teams before, and I'm surprised at the low level of skill execution, to be honest, and that's probably something Charlie Lowe has talked at halftime. You'd like to see a quick turnaround and Korea to bounce back in the second half. If you're Hong Kong, I would say you're pretty happy with that half. You're down one man, you're down to 13 men at some point for 10 minutes, and you've kept Korea to 0, and to be honest, playing within the game plan and playing quite well.
Korea did play recently in June against Malaysia. They played a lot better then, but at this level, I think it's been a while. It's been a while for both teams to be back in the game at this level.
Tony, you mentioned right now, I can see Charlie and I've been in those chats, and with that hand gesture, what he's saying is we need energy. You guys are the finishers of this game. He's talking to the bench. He's saying we need you guys to impact. Get your boys ready. I think we should see some subs probably pretty early on in the second half.
Yeah, definitely maybe in the front row. 9-10 maybe, but we'll see.
Yeah, this there's a lot of highlight about this young 9-10 combo from Korea. Really played really well domestically in their domestic league, but so far not doing the job. Bit more experience on the bench at 9-10. Maybe we'll see that change. Hong Kong to kick off, and right away turnover from Korea.
Just going off of what Andre was saying, number 9 Egon and number 10 Kim Ki-min.
Charlie is going to be frustrated at that. It was a clean kickoff, but just, again, trying to force the offload, giving Hong Kong an opportunity to attack right from the kickoff. Hong Kong, too, probably have probably a bit more positive halftime talk. Started well, but knocked the ball on. We're seeing a foot race here.
There we go.
Big Hwang In-jo.
Number 11, Kim Kwang-min.
So turnover there is a good heads-up play there by Lee Gun. It's one of the things he does well. He scans the field well. No one in front of Lee Kwang-min. Great cover play there by Jack Neville. Looks like off the hand of Neville and then off the boot of Lee Kwang-min, so a Hong Kong line-out. Almost like a goalie there diving. Yes, Hong Kong to restart with the line-out. They've done this well, use the driving maul, not just inside their 22, but in the opposition 22 as well. Using those big bodies just slowly up the pitch. There's an opportunity. Korea's not putting body into that ruck there. It's a big captain there with a good carry. Ooh, nice hit behind the gain line. Hong Kong, just playing that game plan. If they're not going anywhere, no problems throwing that up.
The slippery ball again. It seems like Hong Kong, all the players, they know exactly where to be at what time.
Yeah, no, I mean their combination.
It's just great.
Combinations, and they're just all on the same page. They're Korea a little bit playing individually.
Yeah.
And these mistakes are really starting to creep in.
Great teamwork on Team Hong Kong for sure.
So that's number 5, Shin Daeon on the bench. As that change has been made, it looks like, from halftime. And number 20, Choi Sung-duk, the Army boy, is on the field.
Because the sun is going down now, the field lights are on. The stadium lights are on.
So no sun as an excuse for that miscatch from Kim Kwang-min. Great opportunity here, Tony. You got options left and right. Decent scrum here from Hong Kong so far. Real big opportunity.
Hong Kong head coach Lewis Evans did compliment Korea's scrum, so
yeah, that's as steady
hopefully
as
they execute.
That's as steady as you're going to get from both sides. A little blindside play. Good tackle there.
Right in the red basket. Boom.
Hey, that's what we need. Korea needs just a couple plays like that. Lee Soo-pyong, actually known for his selected at 13 there for his defensive prowess. Great tackle there. Now let's see if Korea can take advantage of that Hong Kong mistake. It's been a while since we said Hong Kong mistake.
It does seem like they're slowing down a little bit, though. They're thinking quicker, slower.
There's Charlie speaking with Oscar there, the translator / manager, trying to get some points down to the boys a bit.
I think from here they'll want to crash into the middle and then try and get the ball deep into the Hong Kong half. Let's see what they do here.
Another scrummage.
We're gonna have to reset here. So far, scrum has been pretty clean on both sides. Japanese referee just cleaning things up. It's all about that first formation, that set. Nothing in the scrum so far. Both sides scrummaging very well.
Very steady scrum.
All right.
Bit of a wonky kick, but it looks...
Could work
There we
out.
go.
Not sure if
Some
that went
space.
to plan. This is where your soccer skills come into play. The
Someone
new
needs
man.
to be there. Someone needs to be there.
Hey! Try
Try.
Korea.
Try Korea.
Not sure if that was went to plan, but you know, it's about taking your opportunities.
Absolutely. Nice and slow, but they still got it. One after another. Pass, pass, pass.
Kim Ki-min off the side of the boot from the fly half. Kwang-min with a great cover play. If we see the replay, Oh Ji-myung actually has come onto the field at number 10. His first kick probably didn't go to plan, but look at that left-footed boot for a right-footed player.
11 to
number
6.
6 with another, you know, playing a bit of football out there, a bit of soccer.
And he goes. He touches that ball all the way at the end.
Yeah, very unorthodox from the Koreans, but paid off, so...
That's got the crowd on their feet. And the conversion is over as it was straight in front of the post. Choi Sung-duk also part of the Sevens program, so he's a big body, he's got some speed. I will explain that haircut is because he is part of the Korean Armed Forces team, and all Korean military players have to have a short haircut. You would have noticed in the national lineups he was also doing the Army salute. That is part of tradition with all Army players. You can hear the crowd, they're back into it, Hannah.
They're chanting 대한민국. It's a local chant for Korea. That try makes it 5-15 Korea and Hong Kong 15. And
with the kick, it was up to 7 points, so 7-15 now. But more importantly, probably a rhythmic change there, something Korea needed. Maybe not something that went to plan, but for the game, for the enjoyment of the game, something that was needed for Korea to score first in the second half.
like I said, 15 is a lot, but it's also, you could do it.
That's what you want to see. Just clean execution, getting out of your half. Scoreboard says 15-5. It is 15-7. The kick was good. There's Coach Lewis there.
Hong Kong is down one player because they had a red card in the first half.
Off the line out. Good carry there.
A kick forward.
Steady hands at the back.
And Mark,
he's
There we
and
go.
he's off.
checking quickly.
That's
Don't check.
experience play from the 15.
No.
Just forcing that pass. Doesn't need to go. Hey, but Tony, what a heads-up play there. So Yunshik there, he's been great under the high ball all day. Called the mark inside the 22. Catch the Hong Kong boys off guard. Quick tap into the Hong Kong half. The pass didn't come off, but they were able to get the Hong Kong winger into touch. And now another chance for Korea to attack with a line out here.
Yeah, very high IQ play there. Making the boys stop in their tracks and tapping and taking a quick run.
For those of you just joining us, Asia Rugby Championship 2022, Korea 7, Hong Kong 15. Hong Kong is down one man with the red card.
For the sake of the game, if Korea can get back-to-back scores here, close the gap, we're gonna be in for a great final 30 minutes. Line out is nice and clean. Hong Kong hasn't been competing the line out today.
It seems like Coach Charlie's locker room talk really helped them.
He gives a great talk, I'll tell you that.
They're really hustling the second half.
Surely that's hands in from the, yeah. So that's like a collapse ruck situation there, right? So there was a compete. Hong Kong lost the ruck, and the captain there, Tom Hirsch, tried to come in from the side when there's a collapse ruck. You can't compete at that situation. Ruck is over. You have to give that to the Korean player. Interesting here, Oh Ji Myung. We have had a switch at fly half. His first opportunity for 3 points to make it a one-score game. Exciting stuff, Tony.
Very exciting. The boys are back on.
Now, as Hannah mentioned, it looks like Charlie's halftime talk has had some effect. I think some of this, the playmaking change here at number 10 too, probably to just steady the ship a little bit. Things weren't going to plan in the first half. So far, a bit better execution from Korea.
No, much better. I think a bit of calm from 10 and also some energy from Sungduk playing lock now.
Penalty kick.
Nice